ज्ञानाञ्जना शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि शिवगौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुलं हयग्रीवं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीगुरुदिनकारिणं श्रीचैतन्यईश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. So all of you have come to attend today's program. You know the topic? How many of you know the topic? Raise your hand. How many of you do not know today's topic? Those you do not know today's topic, that's by mistake you are here. I understand now why so less people today. Because mistakenly they put the topic. The topic is a dangerous topic. Today's topic is a very interesting topic that all of you will like very much. So topic is death. Who likes death? Raise your hand. None of us will like death. But interestingly, we may not like death, but death likes us very much. There is no more intimate, loving friend in your life better than death. You know that? From your childhood, just try to remember how many friends you have met and they have gone. Isn't that it? New friend. But death is friend. That we get that friend who stays constantly with us. Prabhupada saying, birth means death. The day we took birth, the death accompanied us, always with us. So we may not like death. Nobody like death. Everybody, they want to ignore death. But nobody will be spared from death. We are so foolish. There is no discussion about death. No seminar on death. But death is the only subject matter, as all of you have heard. As sure as, have you heard this? As sure as death. There's a word like that. Nothing is sure in this material world. But one thing is sure, that is death. You can accept something, reject something. But death you can't reject. There's a debate all over the world on different topics, debate in favor, in against, good or bad, we should have it, we should not have it. Is there any debate on death? Muslim, Christians, Hindus, American, European, so much difference of opinion. Is there any difference of opinion in regards to death? Yes or no? Huh? No. So death is such an absolute subject matter, unavoidable subject matter, most important subject matter. But nowhere in this world is discussed about death. That's why Prabhupada saying, sadhan karo, bhajan karo, morte janle hoy. You understand Bengali? Do your sadhana, do your bhajan, but learn how to die. We are all very eager, very sincere, very attentive, putting all our endeavor how to live nicely. That's why there is a society that teaching art of living. But Bhagavatam is teaching art of dying. Art of dying. This movement, death, is such a precious movement. Nobody wants this movement. Nobody aspires for this movement. Everybody desires that if this movement will never come in my life, how nice it will be. Nobody wants to discuss, but this movement is most precious movement in your whole life. From the time we took birth up to this moment of death, so many moments we have passed. But this moment is the most precious moment, because the whole purpose of human life is to prepare for this moment. You understand? If you do not understand death, then you don't know anything. How come? I know Bhagavan Krishna, but Krishna saying, I am the death. Mrityu sarva harasyaham. Who is death? Death is another form of Krishna. Kalasmyaham. He is with us in the form of death. So people may not surrender to Krishna. I don't want to surrender anybody. But when Krishna will come in the form of death, will you surrender or not surrender? Yes or no? Huh? Yes. I want you to answer so that I understand you are still, I cannot fall and sleepy. Okay? Many have not come here due to fear of topic, and if you come here and sleep, that will not be nice. So that's why you have to reply me. Okay, then I understand. You are not falling sleepy. So Bhagavan Krishna saying, Kalasmi aham. There are people, they don't come to temple. They say, I am very busy. We are duty bound. So many things I have to do. Where do I have time to go to temple to take darshan of Radha Gopinath? Radha Gopinath saying to them, oh, you have no time to come to me. You have no time to come to my temple to take my darshan. Don't be worried. You stay in your house. I will come to give my darshan to you. Yes. If you become devotee, you will get my darshan. If you don't become devotee, you will get my darshan. Everyone will get darshan. If you don't take trouble to come to my temple, one day in your life I will go and knock at the door. Then when you open your door, you will see me there. I will come to give my darshan, but I will give my darshan in the form of death. Death is another form, Bhagavad Gita. This is absolute. Try to understand this topic. Death is absolute because it represents Krishna. Whole world accepts, whole world surrenders to one word, that is death. Everybody, if you become devotee, you get his darshan. If you are not devotee, you get his darshan. Then what is the difference? The difference is, if you are not devotee, then he will come with a ghastly form, in form of death, that will be very scared, afraid of. But if you have a devotee, then he will appear in Dibhuja Syama Sundara Murali form, very pleasing form. Now you choose, you surrender or you don't surrender. Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying that ebe nabhajile jasota sutta charame padibe laje. If you do not surrender unto the son of Mother Jasoda, Krishna now, then at one point you will be put in a very embarrassed position. Why embarrassed position? Because now you are voluntarily not surrendering. Time will come, you will be forced to surrender. It's embarrassed, no? So why don't you surrender now? Very simple process for everybody. With little intelligence you will understand. There's two forms. One ghastly form, death. Another is a beautiful form of Gopinath. You surrender. The intelligent people, they understand. If I have to surrender, then why don't I surrender Krishna from now? One day, anyway, I have to surrender. So that's why this death is very special, precious moment of our life, and the purpose of whole human life is to prepare for this moment, the final exam. We may pass in so many exams. We may celebrate so many good moments of our life when we pass different exams. But we pass different exams, but final exam we fail. That's it. That's what we should do. Each and every individual should prepare for this movement. Sadhan karo, bhajan karo, marte janle hoy. How to die. And Lord Krishna has given the art of dying. Actually, I have written a book called Death. Many years, maybe 10 years before. Actually, I was going to give this book name Art of Dying. Art of Dying. Then the book designer, he said, Maharaj, this is a very risky name, you don't give that. I said, why? He said, if anybody commits suicide, anything, then police will come and find your book next to his table, they will arrest him. You are teaching people to die. Then he gave the name, and the final call, death. The designer gave the name, final call, death. And you will see, you will explore the very precious subject matter. How many things have been spoken about death? The whole world trying to neglect to know more about death. Everybody trying to neglect to discuss, even that nobody like to hear this word death. It's so ferocious word, so dangerous word, death. But Krishna has given a simple process. What all we have to prepare for death? Krishna saying, Jang jang vapi smaran bhavam tejantante kalebaram tang tang aveti konteya sada tadbhava bhavita. Whatever state of mind you leave your body, you will attain a body accordingly. That bhava. That's why what he's saying? He's saying, At the time of death, anta kale cha mameva smarana mukta kalevaram ja prayati sa madbhabam jati nasti atra sansaya. At the time of death, if you remember Krishna, bas, that's it. Then you attain his bhava. His transcendental nature will be attained. You will be promoted to the spiritual world. Just by remembering Krishna at the time of death. So that is the art of dying. What you have to do? What you have to do at the time of death? Huh? So now you know the art. Then somebody will ask Maharaj, very good. All I have to do when time of death comes, Hare Krishna. Must finish. Then why I have to get for Mangalarti, Ekadasi Vrata, 16 rounds, 4 regular? Don't do anything. When time comes, death, just remember Krishna. That's simple process. What is the problem? The problem is that it is not so easy to remember Krishna. Some Purana has mentioned, at the time of death, if 10,000 scorpions they bite, that much painful situation. Any of you been bitten by scorpion? That's Saubhagya. Good luck, you did not get. I have got it because I am from village. So I know. Very painful. Can you remember Krishna? Have you experienced? We all have experienced. If you have a headache, fever, some physical problem, little bit, oh, I cannot chant. We give chanting bag in parking lot. Not tomorrow, right? Little headache, fever, wouldn't feel to remember Krishna. Then that time, Kutha Smaranam te, King Kulasakara saying, that prana prayana samaye kapabata pita kantavaruddha Kutha Smaranam te. At the time of death, when your throat will be choked up with the kapabata pita, Kutha Smaranam te. How can I remember you? It is not possible to remember Krishna. Actually, Krishna can never be remembered. All of us, each of us, at least I am struggling to remember Krishna. When we chant our rounds, and many a devotee say, Maharaj, I cannot focus on chanting, my mind going away. How many of your mind going away when you chanting? We have no Paramahansa here. So, but the point is it surprising that we can't focus remembering Krishna? It is not surprising. Why? Because how can you remember Krishna? You remember Krishna by what? By your hand, you remember Krishna. By your belly, by your nose, by what? By mind. Mind is material or spiritual? Material element, Sukma Sharir, subtle, Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. Then how a material mind can observe Krishna? Krishna is spiritual. So is not it very natural that we cannot remember Krishna? Is it surprising that when you remember Krishna is going away? No, it is natural. This is spiritual subject matter. Then how, if now we are struggling to remember Krishna, to focus on Krishna, then how at the time of death we can focus on Krishna? Not possible. But only possible if Krishna by his own sweet will, he will appear in my mind. I cannot remember him. We can't remember Krishna. Actually, goal of our life is not to remember Krishna. Goal of our life should be Krishna remembers me. What is more important? I remember Krishna or Krishna remembers me? Krishna remembers me. That is important. If I do so nice devotional service, if whole life I am not surrendered, I am not taken in trouble, nothing, Hare Krishna, happy life. Why Krishna will remember? But if you have gone through a lot of trouble, lot of problems, not to serve Krishna, so he will remember, oh, you have done so much for me. So, we remember Krishna, or Krishna remember us. Krishna remembering us is more important than we remembering Krishna. So, Radha Govinda Maharaj was telling, in Vrindavan, there is a Banka Vihari temple. Banka Vihari. One blind man, every day, when darshanarti time comes, they open the door. One blind man comes and stands, folded hand. Every day he comes. One day the Pujari said, what is blind man, what is sing? Pujari thought maybe some chamatkar is happening. No? The blind man sing something. So he came and said, oh Mahatmaji, you are andha, blind man. But when we open the door, every day you are coming. Are you getting some darshan or anything? Can you see God? He very good answer he gave. He said, I don't see him. But that is not important for me to see him. I have come his court, oh Sarkar. I have come to your court. I am doing my duty here. I am present in your court. Please have take my darshan. But we don't say God will take my darshan. That is not good. We take God's darshan. But how God reciprocates? Not like he will take my darshan, but what he will do? He will put his merciful glance upon me. Little language is different, but fact is the same, is not it? Language is different. I say, I take your darshan, but he said, I don't take your darshan, I put my merciful glance upon you. He said like that I am taking darshan of Banka Vihari is not so important, but I have come here. So Lord's merciful glance will follow me. So that is most important. One interestingly, recently I came across the verse from Varaha Purana somewhere. It has been written, Jodi Batadi Dosana Madbhaktamang Nasmaret Aham Smarami Madbhaktam Nayami Vaikuntham Dhamam. Just see. Bhagavan saying, because of Kaphabata Pita, for any reason, my devotee cannot remember me. Aham Smarami Madbhaktam. I will remember my devotee and take him back to Godhead. So what is more safer? What is safe? I remember Krishna is safe or Krishna remember me is safe? So for that we have to prepare, we have to do something to make him to remember me. Engage the whole life, constant devotional service. Shastra says, when devotees they go back to Krishna, Bhagavan is the most grateful personality. Except Bhagavan, all others are ungrateful personality. In this material world, you do so many things for somebody. Lot of good things you have done. Little bad you said, or you did something, but whole life he disconnects. No gratefulness. So much things he did for me. Little bit problem, then talak, tin talak. This is material life, tin talak. But for Bhagavan there is no talak. What Bhagavan does, whatever small things, big things, anything we do, he takes note of everything. Everything recorded. When devotees go, then he reads everything to him. Oh my dear devotee, you have gone so much problems, troubles, tribulations in your life just for me. so much fasting you have done, so much obstacles you have faced, so many people have chastised you, so many sleepless nights you have spent for me. He will read everything, every details, sacrifice you have done for Krishna. He is the only person who will not forget our sacrifice. He will remember everything. So much you have done for me, and what can I do for you? I am not able to reciprocate, so I offer myself unto you. Bhagavan is so grateful. So that's why this remembrance of Krishna is very, very important. We should not think, oh, remembering at the time of death, so I will do whatever I want, I will do. Then when death comes, remember Krishna. It will not happen. Or at least Hindus, they think when young time, when you go for preaching, we do some youth preaching, students preaching, the parents say, no, he's a small boy, what dharma karma he'll do. When you become old man, he becomes dharma karma. That is impression. Muslims, young age, they will send madrasa, teach them Quran, put topi. The Hindus, they send to all Christian schools to learn English. My son will learn British. Suit, tie, pant with that topi. Parents feel very proud. But Muslims will not do that. That is the reason why Muslims are increasing and Hindus are decreasing. Hindu people feel very shy to wear dhoti. No. They are very proud of suit, tie, boot. When I was studying in college in Puri, sometimes I visit my house in village also. So I came in contact with ISKCON, reading Prabhupada's books. Then I become vegetarian, chanting in my house. Then people they understand that I am going to join ISKCON. This news spread in villages. So one day I was walking in my village. So one 60 years old Brahmanas, he was sitting in his veranda. In a village they have house and all verandas outside also. And his baby grandson was sitting on his lap. So he called me, oh, my previous name, come here. So I went. I was only 20 years, 19 years maybe old. Said, oh, I heard that you are going to take a sannyasi. Because they don't know what sannyasi is. Or Babaji is very common word there. You are going to take sannyas. Do you know anything about Shastra? You know what Shastra says? What Shastra says? So, this Sanskrit Bhagavatam been translated to Oriya because I am from Orissa. He said one verse from Bhagavatam. पुत्र पत्नी पेशीना पुत्र पासे तब है चलिब सन्यासी. Means when you become 50 years old, you give the responsibility of your wife to your son. That is system. That up to 50 years, then you offer your wife to be taken care by your son. Then only you take sannyas. You are only 19 years old boy. How can you take sannyas? He is such a senior person, Brahman. I am a small boy, what I can reply to him? I just heard and listened, then I left. And later on, when I got little intelligence, I realized if I would have little courage, I could ask him, Acha, dear Brahmanji, you are saying when 50 years old, you should take sannyas, giving your wife to your take care by son. But you are 60 years old man, why are you sitting in your house? You have not taken sannyas, enjoying putting your grandson on your lap. But that time I do not, that much courageous, or I did not know so much. The point is that we have to be very, see, art of living is good. How we live nicely. But goal of life should not be only how to live nicely, how to live nicely also. Both. We are all attached how to alive, he live nicely. But we don't think alive, he live nicely. But that is purpose. Because, you see, all the planning, the whole world is running with a concept that as if I will never die. Every plan is like that. But as soon as you seriously understand that one point will die, your whole lifestyle will change. Your whole thought process will change. That is the reason why people are trying to ignore death. No, they don't want to think about death. They don't want to discuss about death. Right? But we may try to avoid death. But death will never avoid us. Death will always follow us. Death is like Paramatma. Always with us. We should not think that, oh, I am young now, let me enjoy life. When I become old, then I'll do some Hare bhajan. When you become old, who knows? How old are you? 37 years old. How old are you? 24 years. How old are you? 11 what? Years what? 11 years? Old. That's why in English they have a system. 60 years, you are old man. 11 years, he is also old man. That's why they say, in 60 years you are old, 5 years also old. Everybody is old man. Don't think when I become old, I will start Hare bhajan. Now you are old. How I am old? Yes. What is old? Old is the period before death is old, right? Your childhood, then youth, old age, then death. Before death is old age. So any time we can die. So that means any stage of our life is our old age. We should not think, let me enjoy my life now. When I become old, then I will do Hare bhajan. Anytime we may die also. So this is very, very important subject matter. That this book I wrote about 10, 12 years before. What I wrote, I forgot also. So there are different nice pastimes. Death of Shiva's son. How people have overcome the death. How Dhruva Maharaj, he faced death. When death came, he put his step on his head and went to Dhruva Loka. Death is another form of Krishna. Sri Krishna and death, fearful form of the Lord. Then death, you will find the death of Chitrakata's son. Very, very interesting topics are here. You will really understand. Death of Shiva's son. Pleasure in death. Who enjoyed? Who got the pleasure in death? When there was a fighting between Butrasur and Indra. Butrasur, very powerful personality. He was fighting with Indra. He was fighting with Indra. That Indra's sword fell down. Then Butrasur said, pick up the sword and fight with me. The Vajra. That weapon fell. Indra is scared. No, you kill me. That thunderbolt is meant to kill me. If you kill me, I'll go back to Godhead. You stay here and enjoy your Indrapada. He understands. Then Vitrasur was so powerful, Indra chopped up his one arm. The another arm still fighting. Then Indra chopped up his both the arms. How will he fight? Legs, no legs. He just went and devoured He ate Indra, put in his stomach. Then Indra entered his stomach, caught through and came out of this belly. Oh, I conquered. Vitrasura died. But actually, who is defeated? Indra is defeated. Vitrasura not killed by Indra. Vitrasura, when Indra entered into the stomach, into the belly, this is meditation. Then he left the body. He knows that he will be killed by this. This pleasure in death. So if you are prepared for that time, like Vitrasura, normally demigods are devotee, demons are non-devotee, but here the special demon, devotee demon. This devotee demon. Then the glorious departure of Srila Prabhupada. 7 years old, he went to Vrindavan. He left Vrindavan. When all elderly persons, they go to Vrindavan, he left Vrindavan, traveled all over the world. He could have left body anywhere. But for living body, he is there, the glorious death. Then I am the disciple of Srila Govind Goswami Maharaj. Such a glorious, in Mayapur Dham, GBC meeting going on. He is speaking about Lord Jagannath, Jagannath's farm. When he is talking, giving evening class, sort of choked up, he went back to Godhead. Can you imagine? Her glorious death. Huh? So, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, I have mentioned here, in that condition, how these people are so conscious they were, fully conscious. I had one, in our family, we had one old lady, my grandmother. That time, the people are normally very religious, pious, devotional mind. They are all chanting. What we are taking training, learning so much, that type is common practice in the village. Common practice. Tulasi Puja is a common practice. Doing different festivals. Also common. That old lady, because they believe if somebody die, they bring the dead body, they put under tulasi plant on Bali Sajja, they make a sand bed. And this old lady, that day she took bath, do Thakur Puja, everything, then took prasad, then she prepared one sand bed under the tulasi plant. She prepared, and she went to sleep, gone, left her body. Can you imagine? People leave body like this. Huh? There is one nice bhajan singer in Puri, Bhikari Ball, something like that. Bhikari Ball. I have seen that old man. Every day he goes, he puts chamar to Lord Jagannath, Jagannath temple opens. Very devotional. Nowadays singers are not like that. So he sings songs on Rath Yatra day and Bahuda Jatra, the return of the day. So he composed his one song. Before the return of my Lord, now you are ready to return. As you are returning, please you make arrangements so that I will return back to you also. He sang that song he has composed, he went to his house and he left the body. This is called sadhana kara, bhajan kara, murti janle. Very exemplary, very exemplary. So like this, there are many, how to overcome the fear of death. Overcome death. No death for soul. They exist on different hellish planets, that you should understand also. Why do people go to hell after death? So that's an important question of life. The purpose, what is the purpose of death? It's very interesting topics. If you are interested, maybe 2-3 books are there. You can collect and read this book, understand about death. Because you can't, Jatasya dhruva mrityu dhruva janma. If you are taken birth, you must die. Nobody can, even if Lord Jagannath also giving this example. Every once in every 18 years, he is changing his body just for us, to teach us. Everyone will have to change this body in this material world. And after what is the death? Dehinosmin jatha dehe kaumaram jovanam jara tatha dehantar prapting. Prabhupada saying every 7 years our body is changing. Our cells are changing every 7 years. Our body is changing. This is change of body. And Prabhupada saying, when you old cloth, Krishna gave example now, give up the old cloth, accept new cloth, Bansach is Hirnani Jatha Vihaya. Prabhupada saying, if you have an old cloth, somebody will remove the old cloth, give a new cloth, do you cry for that? Do you feel sad? You don't feel sad. So what is the problem? So in this regard I will tell one story from Puran to conclude my lecture on death. So I heard from Srila Radha Govinda Maharaj. One time the grandfather of Vyasadeva, I told him day for yesterday somewhere this story. The grandfather of Vyasadeva came to Vyasadeva requesting him, please my grandson, do one favor to me. Now what do you want? I don't want to die. I'm very much afraid of death. Please arrange that I don't die. And Vyasadeva said, how is it possible? Anybody has taken birth, you must die. You can't avoid death. No. Brother, how can I stop death for you? No, you are incarnation of Bhagavan. You can't do anything. Please do me one favor. Stop my death. Very much eager to stop his death. Then Vyasadeva said, okay, I can try for you. It works, very good. Let us go to Yamaraj. So Vyasadeva took his Nanaji, grandfather, went to Yamaraj. Said, oh Yamaraj, please do something. My grandfather, he doesn't want to die. Can you stop his death? Yamaraj said, how can I stop death? I am not controller of death. I am not doing judgment. According to Papa Punya, I rewards the people. I am not the controller of death. Then Vyasadeva asked, who is controller of death? Now Mahakala Purusa. The Kala is controlling, Mahakala is controlling everything. You go to him. At that time, this Vyasadeva's grandfather, he went to Yamaraj. He told Yamaraj, please accompany with us. You can speak few words on my behalf to Mahakala Purusa, so that I will not die. So Yamaraj saw Vyasadeva's grandfather calling, how can I deny? So he accompanied the grandfather. So all of them, they went to Mahakala Purusa. Then Vyasadeva said, Mahakala Purusa, please do me a favor. My grandfather doesn't want to die. Can you make some arrangements? He said, how can I stop his death? No, you are the controller of death. No, yes, I am controller of death, but you have to go to Chitragupta. Chitragupta has his file. He can tell you everything. So Vyasadeva preparing to go to Chitragupta. Then Nanaji, grandfather, went to Mahakala Purusa, requested, oh Mahakala Purusa, please come with us. So you can speak few words to Chitragupta on my behalf, so that I will not die. Since this way, this grandfather, Allah was Vyasadeva, then who else? Yamaraj and Mahakala Purusa. Accompanying these three, they all went to Chitragupta. So Chitragupta then Vyasadeva said, oh Chitragupta ji, can you check my grandfather, he doesn't want to die. Can you open his file? What will happen to him? And then Chitragupta opened the file. There is no death. There is no death for him. So when everybody heard, they are very happy. Oh, that is what we came for. They are just about to celebrate. There is no death. Then Chitragupta said, no, wait a minute. There is no death for your grandfather unless these three personalities, Vyasadeva, then Yamaraj, Mahakala Purusa come together. There is no death. Only if they come together, he will die. Then, because he brought them together, immediately he died. He was not destined to die. That means who brought the death? Huh? He himself arranged. He would not die. But he requested, Maharaj, please come. Vasudev, please help me. So that means in this material world, all kinds of arrangements are trying to avoid death. It's simply helping us to go closer to death. We may take so many medicines to avoid death, but medicine taking us closer to death or far from death? We have all experienced, right? All medicines will become healthy, strong, but all endeavors, everything in this material world is simply to bring us more closer to death. So death cannot be avoided. Yes, death can be avoided means that's why Bhagavad states that samasritaje padapallava plavang mahat padang punnajasa murare bhavambudhi bascha padang jad vipadang nate sang. The greatest danger of life is the death, birth, death, old age and disease. And this material world is vast, unsurmountable. But if you take shelter, samasritaje padapallava plavam, you take shelter of lotus feet of murari, then very easily we can cross over this material nations. So today is very auspicious day. What day is today? How many of us are doing Ekadashi? Raise your hands. Wow, very good. But I have heard in Purana, the Ekadashi described, Ekadashi means, and Dasami Tithi, only one time we have to eat. Evening time, no eating. Not like as we do, hey, tomorrow is Ekadashi, eat no, have full stomach. Hey, arati to boy ana, nursing away ki chatana. So we have to, not like that. Dasami night, no eating, no sleeping. Ekadashi day, no eating, no drinking, no lying on the floor also. Not like that, oh, today is fasting, let me spend some time watching Facebook, this, that, time pass, no. Or lie down, let me just go to sleep, no. And Ekadashi whole night, doing naam sankirtan, offering a lamp. Dwadashi early morning, you cook food, offer to Govinda, then invite all sannyasi, brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, feed them nicely, then take their permission. Can I take prasad to break my Ekadashi? They say yes. Then you break your Ekadashi. This is Ekadashi. How many of us we are doing this Ekadashi? Raise your hand. The point is, we cannot do Ekadashi like this. That's where Acharyas, they know, we are Kali Yuga people. They said, you just avoid grain. Panchasasya vivarjita. You take anukalpa. Anu means little bit. So that acidity will not be there. No? College people are very prone for acidity. You know? So Acharya said, at least you avoid grain, take little bit prasadam, anukalpa. But in Ekadashi day, in ISKCON, we take little bit or lot. My Guru Maharaj's birthday, Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj's birthday, appearance day is on Ekadashi Tithi. They make, because of Ekadashi, no, only 1100 items they make. Good fasting day. Actually, if you ask the temple president, the Ekadashi day shopping is more expensive than ordinary days. Yeah. Ekadashi day, we don't take Anukalpa, we do Brihat Kalpa. In Mayapur, about 30 years before, what is we used to sell Srimad Bhagavatam sets. And we take their address. Then I thought we should cultivate them, whether studying or not. One time I invited all Karmi people. That day was Dasami Tithi, next Ekadashi. And for Bengali people, morning rice, noon rice, evening rice. That is Bangladesh. No rice. If you go to somebody's house, you don't take rice, they will cry. You don't eat anything in the house. You must take rice. So I was very worried. There are all Karmi people, no rice, tomorrow what will happen? So I gave a Dasami night, I gave a class about Ekadashi, explained them, but I told them no problem, if you want rice, you take rice. We'll give you rice also. But that day we offered Ekadashi Prasad, everybody chose to take Ekadashi. So I was very worried, the Bengali, no rice, maybe they will run away next tomorrow morning. The next day morning, Mangala at the time I was announcing. So I announced that yesterday you did not eat rice, only Ekadashi Prasad. Was that okay? Everything you are okay? Then some people said, Maharaj, if Ekadashi you get Prasad like this, every month 30 days you will do Ekadashi. Why one day? So nice paneer sabji hai, kya nahi sab, everything you have. They don't eat in their house, that much allowed. So what is the problem? There's no problem. We don't have to, if you can afford it, Nirjala okay. But Prabhupada did not do any Nirjala, I think. Prabhupada was not interested. Nirjala things came to ISKCON after that also. So anyway, Nirjala Upavasa means fasting. Another Upavasa means Upa means close, Vasa means remain, stay. So we stay close to Vishnu. This is Hari Basara. Hari Basara means the day of Hari. We spend whole day more chanting, reading, doing devotional service. The Ekadashi day. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhakta Vrinda ki. So last time I came, many of you must